All right, let's dive right into this explainer. We're breaking down the absolutely unprecedented stakes of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Guys, we are sitting exactly 12 days out from kickoff, and honestly, the anticipation is just unlike anything we've felt before. We aren't just looking at another global tournament here, we're literally looking at the culmination of an entire era of football.
So, what if I told you that three of the greatest footballers who ever lived, yeah, I'm talking about Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Neymar, are all playing in the exact same World Cup for the very last time? I know, it sounds like a scripted Hollywood movie, but this is our reality. Three defining figures of modern sports sharing one stage for their ultimate curtain call.
They share one tournament, one trophy, and one absolute final chance at football immortality before taking their final bow on the world stage. Today, we're going to break down everything you need to know about these three legends. We'll look at their legacies, their current physical struggles, and exactly why this collision of storylines is making this the most watched World Cup in history.
Okay, starting us off with Messi's fragile title defense. Let's start with the man the entire planet is undoubtedly going to be watching, 38. At 38 years old, Lionel Messi is arriving with 8 Ballon d'Or awards and the title of 2022 World Cup champion. He's widely considered the greatest footballer who ever lived, and man, the expectations resting on his shoulders are just monumental.
And you know, the context here is absolutely fascinating. After winning in Qatar in what a lot of people called the single greatest final in football history, Messi actually said that would be his farewell. He was ready to step away. But he reversed his decision. He changed his mind. And because of that, he's now entering a staggering, record-tying 6th World Cup. Let that sink in for a second. 6! He joins only his eternal rival, Cristiano Ronaldo, as the 2 players in history to appear at that many tournaments.
But here's the stark twist, kind of the wrench in the works that's completely changed the narrative going into this month. Messi is currently nursing a hamstring injury. This isn't just a minor detail, it's a massive, massive hurdle. It's actively forcing Argentina's coach to use every last available minute to assess Messi's condition before officially locking in that final 26-man squad.
Because of that injury, an entire nation of 46 million people is collectively holding its breath. The reality is simple, but it's harsh. Without a fully fit Lionel Messi, Argentina's dream of securing back-to-back titles in the modern era gets significantly harder. He's chasing history, trying to do something almost impossible, all while fighting his own physical limitations.
Moving right along to Ronaldo's final legacy run.
Now, let's talk about a man who has refused his entire career to accept the word impossible. 41. At 41 years old, with 5 Ballon d'Or awards to his name, Cristiano Ronaldo is just defying the standard limits of athletic longevity. This is also his record-tying 6th World Cup appearance. And unlike previous tournaments where there was always that little whisper of maybe one more, almost everyone agrees that this is his absolute definitive last run.
When Portugal kicks off their campaign on June 17th in a packed American stadium, you better believe the atmosphere is going to be electric. Millions of people around the world will be tuning in, fully aware that they're watching a man take his final bow on football's biggest, brightest stage. Every sprint, every shot, every single moment carries the weight of a legendary final chapter.
And this brings us to what is easily the biggest storyline of the entire tournament. If the bracket plays out a certain way, and if both Argentina and Portugal advance through the initial stages, Messi and Ronaldo could face each other head-to-head in a quarter-final knockout match. One last time on the biggest stage imaginable. No way, right?
Football fans are already buzzing because the implications of that match are just staggering. One final head-to-head elimination match between these 2 lifelong rivals, it would easily be the most watched sporting event on Earth in decades. For sure. It's the absolute dream scenario for fans, a legacy-defining clash that would literally stop the globe from spinning for 90 minutes.
Next up, we have Neymar's race against time.
We now turn to what is undoubtedly the most heartbreaking story of this entire World Cup buildup, centering on Brazil's greatest player and their all-time leading scorer, Neymar. Neymar knows exactly the weight of this moment. I mean, he's carried the dreams of an entire nation on his shoulders for over a decade. He stated clearly, "I know this will be my last World Cup, my last shot, my last chance, and I will do everything I can to play in it." The determination is absolutely there. The desire to win the trophy that has always escaped him is stronger than ever.
But right now, tragically, he's fighting his own body. Brazil's team doctor officially confirmed this week that Neymar has suffered a grade 2 calf injury.
This isn't something you can just shake off, Medical professionals state it requires a strict 2 to 3 weeks of dedicated recovery time.
So the math is completely brutal for Neymar. Think about it. We're sitting 12 days out today. The recovery window demands 2 to 3 weeks. And Brazil's very first match of the tournament is on June 13th against Morocco. He is quite literally fighting the clock. And honestly, all of Brazil is fighting that clock right along with him.
The stakes have been laid out really clearly by leadership. Coach Carlo Ancelotti has made it abundantly clear that the door remains open. If Neymar reaches 100% fitness, he'll be on that plane. But there are absolutely no guarantees, meaning the clock is aggressively ticking down to that final squad deadline. It's a sheer race against time for one last shot at a lifelong dream.
Finally, let's look at the quest for immortality. These three distinct, intensely dramatic storylines are all colliding at exactly the same moment in football history. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. You have Messi chasing unprecedented modern history for back-to-back titles, but battling a hamstring injury. You have Ronaldo chasing pure legacy and walking into the final chapter of a historic rivalry. And then you have Neymar, desperately chasing his first World Cup trophy while fighting a brutal Grade 2 calf injury.
Three immortal legends, one ultimate trophy, and only 12 days left until the most anticipated World Cup in history officially begins. It's going to be a tournament unlike anything we've ever witnessed before, a true changing of the guard.
Well, before we wrap up this explainer, I want to turn it over to you. We've looked at the data, the injuries, and the monumental legacies on the line. Now I want to hear your predictions. Drop a comment below and tell me who ultimately wins the 2026 World Cup. Thanks so much for joining me for this breakdown, and I'll see you in the next explainer.